So, all right, let's see. And so we are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. We do this thing on a Thursday night, and you know what? All right, it is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host on 752. And tonight on this Throwback Thursday, let's get real about relationships Thursday. We are asking the question, what does it mean when a woman leaves a man for a woman? What does it mean when a woman leaves a man for another woman? Now, listen, I'm not going to sit here and act like, you know, I'm super liberal or nothing like that, or that I don't understand human behavior, or that I'm just so accepting of the things that people do that I can possibly see the good, the benefit, the love, and the reason for everything that everybody does. I don't agree with everything, but I do know that relationships, that emotional relationships can take a toll on your psyche. They can take a toll on the way that you are able to move throughout your life. So being in the right relationship can make you feel like you are on top of the world. Being in the right relationship can make you feel like you are invincible. Being in the right relationship can make you feel like you are supported and that you have everybody that you need at your back, and they are ready to push you on to victory. The same way as being in the wrong relationship can make you feel like you have made all of the wrong decisions in your life, including the one that you made to be with somebody. And that ain't no good. That ain't no fun. That is not what you're looking for. That's not the type of situation that you want to be in. So when we talk about a man being with a woman being with a man, we are talking about the conventional relationship that we grew up on. Most of us grew up on. And we're talking about Throwback Thursday. We're talking about the old school. It's the most conventional way. It's the biblical way. It's the most popular way of before. I don't know what the stats would tell you these days, but depending on how you assess popularity in your mind, it's the way that we know the most. And it's absolutely the way that populates this world. It's definitely the way that you and I are able to sit here, stand here, exist here, and even participate in anything that we participate in. So when we talk about a man, excuse me, a woman leaving a man for another man, we know that there can be reasons for that. It could have been because they were in a toxic or unhealthy relationship for years, or for however long that they were in that relationship. It wasn't doing something for one of them. More than likely, the woman had put up with a whole lot of things that she didn't want to put up with, and now it was over. It was time to pay the piper. She said, nah, no more, son. You know what I mean? No more. I moved on. I found another man, and somebody else has tickled my fancy. Maybe they tickled some other things or whatever. But when a woman leaves a man for another woman, our emotions can come to a screeching halt. And then there are plenty of people who will say that, hey, there's no difference. It still can mean that the man wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. It can still mean that they were in a toxic or unhealthy relationship. It can still mean that she had found somebody else that she was more attracted to and moved on from that man. So it doesn't have any reflection on his manhood or his ability to be able to please a woman, or his duty to make sure that he keeps things on the heterosexual side. There are plenty of people who are going to say that it doesn't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing, son. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean never mind. When I'm looking at this, when I'm looking at the camera, I really wish I couldn't see myself, because I know from watching other people's lives and everything like that, when you can see yourself and you have mostly that to concentrate on, it can make you start looking at yourself more than putting out the information or broadcasting the way you're supposed to be broadcasting. But I can't help looking at the hue of the camera, and I'm thinking that why does it look dark? Is the camera reflecting off of a light shirt, and because that can throw off the color balance. I know that last night it looked lighter, so so all right. Care Bear says you look fine, and you say I understand. So okay, all right, well, it looks dark to me. And when I went back and looked at the playback yesterday, it looked a little different than it looked live. So that may I don't, there's no reason with the amount of lighting that I have in here that anything should be dark in any kind of way. So I just want to make sure that we keep everything honest and true around here. So 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 that's what we talking about tonight. We gonna try to get the answers right. And if we can't find the answer, we ain't gonna dance around the question. Make some suggestion. I am here to bring the information. This is what we do every night. And I hope that we share little thoughts tonight, and we going to get this thing because we game tight. I see you, Care Bear. I see you, Stacy White. What's going on? And I'm glad y'all came through. We going to blow this thing up, and we going to blow it just like a horn. And to the break of dawn is what we talk about. When we talk about the old school, I'm going to rule over others. I keep it true with my brothers. I keep it true with my sisters. I won't miss this opportunity to be the best man I can be. And I see things a different way. I don't play when it comes to my people. What we talking about, y'all? What we talking about? All right, let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. With this your daily, the Daily Go Getterism Show. We do this every single day, every day. Every day it rains, every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getterism Show, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Getterism Show, I said tonight on the Daily Go Getterism Show, we talking about what does it mean when a woman leaves a man for another woman? Well, I'm gonna tell you what it means for a lot of men, or to a lot of men. For a lot of men, when a woman leaves a man for another woman, it's almost like saying that he was not even worthy of having a woman. It's almost like saying that he has let everybody down. Like, dag, dude, you did your woman so bad. You did your woman so dirty. You were such a poor example of a man that you couldn't even lose her to a regular man. I could see if you lost your woman to somebody who was taller, handsomer, smarter, funnier, better conversation. Somebody who had more money, a bigger upside. Somebody who could raise kids or set a better example. Somebody who was more instrumental in the community. We can see if you lose. Man, listen, Niggas lose niggas lose women to niggas every day, B. Ain't no big deal. You lose your woman to another man. Hey, it happens. It happens to the best of us. We can't act like this is a new phenomenon or like it's not that big of a deal. I mean, like it's that big of a deal or whatever. But when you lose your woman to another man, I don't care what kind of man you are, and I don't care how confident you are, you're gonna be looking at yourself like, even if you didn't want to keep that woman, you probably didn't want to lose her to another man. Probably not. Because in some ways it's going to be a reflection on you. It's going to be a reflection on you. It's not that easy to dodge that type of thinking or that feeling. It's not easy to dodge. Right. First of all, when you lose your woman to another man, you're gonna be thinking about like, what were the signs? Like, was she starting to come in late? Was she more on her phone more? Is she into social media more? Was she compromising her time with me more? Was she out more than she normally was? Did I find that she was making excuses for things? Did I catch her? FaceTiming and trying to hide it? Things like that. What was she talking about? Was she talking about some women who leave their men for other men, they actually talk about the man that they leaving them for in a covert way. He may be a co-worker, and she was talking about how, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes women bring up the man that they've been dealing with to their man, and that man don't always know. He thinking that, it's just somebody platonic. It's just somebody that she knows. This ain't nothing to worry about for real, for real. Even if he has an eye on it, even if he has a pulse on it, even if he has some suspicions about it. But when a woman leaves a man for another woman, you're probably going to really be looking at the situation like, what in the hell? What in the hell? What in the hell? Like, was it a girlfriend that I knew sitting up here, sitting on my couch, doing her hair, going on vacations with each other, going out to girls' night out? What was those girls' night out about? Because you have to submit to the fact that if your woman leaves you straight up leaves you for another woman, like she didn't just leave you and then just happen to get with a woman way after y'all broke up. She directly moved out of your house into her house, out of your bed into her bed. And she may not have a problem letting you know. Like, yeah, me and Karen go together. Karen? You mean Karen from your job, the one that be telling on niggas? Yeah, that Karen. She ain't all that bad. She ain't prejudiced. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I said right is right and wrong is wrong. Like, damn. Not only did you leave me, not only did you leave me for another woman, but then you left me for another white woman. I feel like I've been violated. This is just wrong. Somebody get Farrakhan on the line. First they lock up Brother Polite, and now this ain't it. This just ain't right. Somebody need to do something. I need an intervention. Somebody call me a divorce court lawyer. Bring back Judge Lintola. Somebody bring back Judge Lintola. There's going to be a whole lot of things that go through a man's head. A whole lot of things that go through his head when he's talking about his woman leaving him for another man. You're going to be wondering, was she attracted to women all along? And which could be the case. Every man should know whether his woman desires other women or not. Every man should know that. Now, some men think it's cute. Some men know that their women have been with other women or want to be with other women or are attracted to other women. And it might have been all good because they was, engaging in threesomes and shit like that. That's what these dumb niggas be thinking. They be thinking like, oh yeah, I don't mind if my girl is gay, because if she's gay, then I'm going to get a chance to play. You know, when you engage in a lot of unconventional sexual behavior, whether you're talking about homosexuality or whether you're talking about orgies or whether you're talking about SMBDM, yeah, sadomasochistic BD. What is the BDM? Is this something BD? Beat that ass, beat that man, beat that. I don't know. Anyway, when the dust settles from a lot of that stuff that people think is exotic, different, fun, the high, when you come down from off of that high of that the high of that experience, a lot of times you have to deal with the reality of your existence. And I don't give a shit how hard of a man you are, how aloof of a woman you are. Whenever you leave a relationship, you leave a lot of your life on the table of the experience that you had with somebody. So whether y'all were together for a few months or whether y'all were together for a few years or whether y'all were together multiple years, decades even, you spent a considerable amount of time with the person that you broke up with. And you're going to spend some time reflecting on that experience and asking yourself, how did you affect that that outcome? Were you the best that you could be? Did you make mistakes? Did you take any accountability? Were you striving to improve things? Did you even try to keep it together? Were you selfish? Were you too selfless? Did you take care of your business? Were you paying attention when you needed to be paying attention? You know, did you grant favor, leniency, gentleness, kindness, and there's a word that I want to use. Did you grant? I'm looking for the word that will say, did you let go at times when you needed to let go, or did you hold on at times that you needed to let go? Whatever that word is, please put me on, because it's my vocabulary is not working it out. But you know how there are times when you may have been really staunch in your position on something when you should have been a little bit more, I don't want to say liberal, but you should have been a little more fluid. You shouldn't. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I didn't go to. I didn't finish high school. I didn't go to school, and I don't know words. Flexible, flexible. You should have been more flexible in your stance. You should have been a little bit more open. You should have been a little bit more understanding. Sometimes we aren't understanding in the times when we need to be, and it can come back and bite us in the ass. What's going on, my brother from another mother? Norris Hill, sit back, relax, do your thing, Max and chill. And Carol Chamberlain, thanks for coming through, friend. My favorita, good to see ya. What up, y'all? So yeah, no matter what kind of relationship you had or how long the relationship was, you've left something on the table at the end of that relationship. And you're probably going to ask yourself pertinent questions about how that relationship played out when all is said and done. More than likely, you should. You should. Because nobody is all the way right and nobody is all the way wrong when it comes to relationship. Well, most people are. There's some people who are so bad in relationships that they probably should never be in one with anyone. But, for the most of us, there's some give and take. There's some good and bad. So when we get back to the topic, what does it mean when a woman leaves a man for another woman? Like, what's that about, homie? What you mean your girl go with Sheila? Sheila? Sheila, what the? Sheila? Yeah, she go with Sheila. Sheila go with your girl? You know what I mean? That can fuck niggas' heads up. Like, wait a minute. If Sheila, first of all, I didn't know Sheila was gay. But you mean to tell me Sheila picked your girl? Your girl was nice, but damn, I would have thought if Sheila was gay, I thought Sheila would have been more of the girl in the relationship. I would have thought your girl would have been. Is your girl? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just asking, homie. Is your girl the boy or the girl? Is it two girls? Questions. They're gonna be questions. There's gonna be mad questions, son. Mad questions. All right. Let me see what y'all talking about. Carol Chamberlain says, I guess that's a real blow to a man's ego. At the very least, it's a blow to a man's ego. And Nara says, okay, woulda, coulda, shoulda by Brian McKnight. By Brian McKnight comes to mind. But what does it mean? What does it mean? A blow to a man's ego? Good one, Carol. Yeah. At the very least, I would think that it would be a blow to a man's ego if his woman leaves him for another woman. I mean, if you don't have a lot of foresight or insight, yeah, if you don't have a lot of insight, if you never put a lot of insight into the relationship that you were in, you may think like, well, yeah, you know, she don't like no dick anyway. Ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? But I know that a lot of men question their sexual performance when they are unable to control their woman the way that they want to control them. They may blame their sexual prowess, their potency. Was I able to turn my woman on enough, keep her turned on after I'm pushing the initial button? You know what I mean? Like, I was able to, it's like having an electric stove. Like, I turned on the stove, but did it get hot enough like fire does? Or if you have a bad eye on a gas stove, you know, if you've ever had a gas stove that had a bad eye on it, you may notice that it doesn't have enough gas on that burner to be able to boil a pot fast. So were you able to keep it hot? These are the types of things that men ask themselves. They don't always admit that they ask themselves that. But yeah, when a woman leaves a man and it's clear that she left a man, whether you're talking about leaving a man for a man or a woman, he's going to ask himself those things. So if a woman leaves a man for another woman, he's probably really going to ask himself about his sexual performance. He may come to the conclusion that his sexual performance was good, but it wasn't the sexual performance that she's looking for. Maybe he thinks that she only likes to be licked, and his woman may still like to be penetrated because, contrary to what a lot of people's ignorance will tell them, there are always women in a lesbian relationship who want to be penetrated. So they might have left a real dick for a plastic dick, which should be very much more demoralizing to a man for a variety of reasons. All right, now we know that a man and a woman's genitalia fit together, whether one is bigger than the other, you know, whatever the case may be, it fits. It's the way it's supposed to go. So when a man and a woman have sex, unprotected sex, there's a certain energy that's created with that, and the juice turns on. It's just a fact. You know, whether if you're talking about condom sex, you're actually talking about a different thing. A lot of women are allergic or have bad reactions to latex. And other than latex, the other condoms are like polyurethane. And, you know, you gotta go shopping. But the bottom line is you're not going to get the same amount of wetness from a woman with a condom as you do without one. Even if a woman is really responsive to a penis. If you think she wet with that condom on, you don't, it's a whole different world without it. So so looking at that situation, thinking that she's going to a all plastic piece, a plastic member. Many women have toys. A lot of women please themselves with toys. You know, I know women who have boxes full of dildos, and you know what I'm saying. You know, they you know, they take care of business themselves. It's not an unnatural thing to do. It's definitely a harmless thing to do. You know, I've heard many women say this is the safest way. This never lets me down. It doesn't disappoint me. It doesn't leave me feeling like the other woman. It never makes me, you know, those kinds of things. I've heard a lot of positive things about female masturbation. But when we're talking about a female not masturbating, but allowing another woman to strap on a penis and penetrate her with the plastic John, like she chose that over a real dick. Sure, the man might have had he may have had erectile issues. He may have had premature ejaculation issues. And of course, you don't have to worry about those things with the plastic. But what you don't get from that plastic is that spiritual connection. What you don't get from that plastic is that energy between a man and a woman that can't be duplicated by anything. Your feelings for somebody may be what they are for somebody, whether it's the same sex, opposite sex, one man, another man, or whatever. But it's undeniable that the way it's like, this is the best way. Pork bacon. You can eat beef bacon. You can eat turkey bacon. Or you can eat any other invented bacon that they have come out with. But pork bacon is the real bacon. And ain't no bacon like pork bacon. It's the only bacon that really is bacon. That's why they call the other bacons that type of meat bacon. That's why you can't just call beef bacon bacon. No, it's beef bacon. You can't just call turkey bacon bacon. No, it's turkey bacon. Actually, I don't know what it is because I ain't seen nothing on a turkey that's that color. I don't know what they did with it. I don't know what they... Turkey bacon and turkey ham, I do not understand. Like, what did y'all do to that? What part of what we're doing? So that's the difference between... That's sort of the difference between a real dick and either condom or dildo. Yes, it still works. It'll still get you full, just like turkey bacon or beef bacon works for you. But something about pork bacon and pork ribs. Now, if anybody wants to debate that pork bacon is not better than the other bacons, I'm not even going to get into that with you. I haven't touched pork not voluntarily, since 1989. But if you don't go somewhere with that bullshit, you're not going to tell me that beef ribs taste better than pork ribs. You're not going to tell me that. No way. And you're not going to tell me that beef bacon tastes as good as pork bacon. First of all, just the smell of it alone lets you know the difference. Like, yo, pork bacon it smells different. it gives you, your senses a different reaction. Same thing with pork ribs. Okay. So when a woman leaves a man for another woman, for a strap on, when you leave a real dick for a strap on, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what we doing here? I know that I didn't lose my member with the veins on it to the strange colored one with the fake veins on it. It's all plastic, baby. It's all plastic. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752, and we are talking about what does it mean when a woman leaves a man for a woman. Okay. See what y'all saying. See what y'all talking about. Let me see. No, it says, I know I'm questioning the part I would have played in that scenario, no doubt. Carol Chamberlain says, if a man left me for another man, I would be devastated. You know what? There's a reason I wasn't even going to get into that one, Carol, because there's a different energy when it comes to a man who leaves a woman for another man. There's a whole, and I'm not just being prejudiced or whatever, but there's a whole different thing. Because normally when a man leaves a woman for another man, that's, first of all, that's not normally how it goes. It's not normally how it goes, But that man normally has chosen men a long time in his life and just was ashamed of it or whatever. But normally when a man leaves a woman for another man, that's the side he wants to be on permanently. Now, that doesn't mean everybody. It doesn't. I'm not taking responsibility for knowing how everybody does, but they're normally telltale signs that let you know that he liked men in the first place. And I guess you could say the same thing for women who like women who leave a man for a woman. You could say the same thing, but there's a difference. I'm not going to get into it right now, but there's a difference. There's a difference. But I could definitely understand a woman, honestly, women go through a lot. Women go through a lot when it comes to their choices and their decisions. Like, I know a lot of times a woman will feel like she was unattractive if a man can't get hard. Like if they have a sexual encounter and sometimes some women will question whether they were sexy enough, attractive enough, and all of that. But a man's ability to get hard is so mental. He could have health problems. He could be stressed out, going through a depression and all of that. That nigga might not have been. Sometimes when you dealing with a nigga who don't press you for sex, like if he's cool with just y'all going out for months, just having a good time, just being a really good courter. He's just really courting. He's just courting. A lot of times it might be because, ain't nothing percolating in his pants. It ain't nothing percolating. I'm not talking about his size. He may be at a stage in his life where he is unable to either get an erection or sustain one. There could be something going on all up in his head that's stopping him from being able to perform. And that's a difference. A woman may be going through a depressive time in her life to whereas she's not getting as excited as she would like to be, which can make sex uncomfortable because she's not getting as wet. That doesn't have anything to do with her attraction to the man. So, um, I think it's interesting that some women feel unattractive when their man, especially in a new relationship, is not trying to jump their bones all the time, or he can't perform at the time when it's time to perform. Some women ain't going for it. Some women be like, nah, that nigga just couldn't get hard. I know that I had what it takes to make a nigga feel good and to turn him on and on and on and on and on and on. But nonetheless, if you were in a long-term relationship with somebody, whatever you consider long-term to be, and he leaves you for another woman, yeah, I could see how you would feel like, what the hell? What the hell? Hopefully he started acting like a bitch before it all happened. Carol, hopefully he started acting like a bitch before it all happened to absolve you of any culpability, any guilt. You ain't responsible for this. All right, let's go. Carol said, remember the song Bill? Oh Lord. No, it says toys can't replace the heat of the meat. Sure can't. You just can't. Carol says dark meat turkey is formed and flavored. In other words, it's processed like fuck. It sure tastes that way. Care Bear says beef ribs are better. Yeah, there's a reason you had to write that in caps. Because it's all caps. That is all cap. Care Bear says bacon, you got that, but ribs, you're wrong. Okay. You can always take a poll. You got to do so much to beef ribs in order to get them right. You know, the meat is tougher. So you got to break that shit down so much in order for it to be able to be consumed without hurting your jaws. You know what I mean? Like pork ribs, you can get them right out of the store, throw them shits right on the grill. You try that with beef ribs, motherfuckers gonna be like, your shit gonna be tight. You got to cure them things. You gotta tenderize them. You gotta get your boil on. You gotta get your marinade on. You gotta do a lot. You gotta do a lot that you don't have to do to pork ribs. It's just, but okay. You like it, I love it. I mean, I don't eat pork anyway. But the truth is the truth. Just Brandy all day. What up, Just Brandy all day? How you feeling? Ain't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you. It's good to see you here. All right. Let me see. It says sometimes he may just be nervous to pull the trigger. Sometimes. All I'm saying is, ladies, if your man leaves you for another man, on that side is where he's supposed to be. A lot of women who leave men for other women, they be back to men in a minute. They be back. It's not, listen, man, and I'm not going to speak for all gay women. I'm not here to ignite the LGBTQ and all of that shit. I ain't even here to do that tonight. But we going to talk. But I'm going to say this. By what I've witnessed, women aren't that happy with each other. I mean, you have to think about the things, the energy that two women create. Women, even women who aren't in a lover situation. You know, if you grew up with sisters, you grew up with your mom. You're a woman, you grew up with your mom, your sisters and all that. You know, all of y'all periods come on at the same time. It's a magical nature thing that happens. It's a magical natural thing that happens when all women are communal. all of their periods coming on at the same time. That's a lot of fucking crazy, negative, irritable energy. And it's a fact. So nature sees that. So when I say it's not that easy for women to be happy with other women, it really is a challenge. With men, it's not kind of. It's different. It's different. So a lot of gay men don't normally come back over to the woman's side like, yo, I saw a fat ass today, man. Ain't gonna be no, Harry ain't getting none of this today. Harry, Maurice, Terrence, Troy, Rick, Jay, nah. Today, Shonda getting this work. It don't really be that way. Men normally stay on that side. Unless, of course, they're too embarrassed to stay on that side. Whereas they have to put on a persona. They got to be a Luther Vandross all their lives. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to make all of these love songs and you're going to assume that I'm talking about women, but ask Anita Baker. Ask Sherlyn. Won't be no sexual harassment around here. Anyway, but women often go back to men. They figure like, look, I be giving niggas a hard time. You think I'm gonna listen to this bitch? I ain't gotta do, fuck out of here. So, but speaking of that, you know, the way that I understood lesbianism coming up, I really realized that I was misinformed about a lot of things. You know, I was taught that a lot of times men had a lot of, it was the man's fault a lot of times when a woman left men in order to be with women, because maybe the man wasn't gentle enough. You know, he wasn't gentle. He wasn't understanding. He wasn't sensitive to the sensitivities that a woman has. He just wasn't nice, gentle, kind, patient. That's what I was taught about when women choose other women. Besides their attractiveness to other women, it was easier for them to choose women because they had been abused or misused by men. Come to find out, they ain't really got it. That's not, maybe it's part of the story, but it's not as big of the part of the story as I had it. Because these studs out here, they ain't exactly the suave, gentle, kind type. They the, yeah, bitch, yeah, so, you know what I mean? If I catch you looking at a nigga, or if I catch a nigga looking at you, you know what I mean? They be trying to be all, they represent the thug, the street element of men. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, sir. Maybe if you know how like back in the days, they stopped letting people, they stopped letting thugs come in the dress code in the clubs was dress shoes, slacks, and a shirt or whatever. You had to get dressed to go in the clubs, because they found that when they let niggas in with sneakers, jeans, and t-shirts, they would come in there wilding. So they figure, yo, if you paid all this money for Gators, Snakes, Crocs, and you got all dressed up nice, you didn't do that to be trying to come in there shooting and rumbling and being and ready to punch somebody in the face because they stepped on your shoes and nothing. You ain't come there for that. So maybe if some of these studs bought themselves a nice pair of shoes, some hard bottoms, get themselves a nice pair of pleated slacks. Yeah, get some pleated slacks, because you know you gotta iron them. You know what I mean? Them non-pleated slacks. You know, you can wash and wear. Get them something to wear as there's a process to getting those clothes together. You know, get a nice button-down shirt instead of them big sweatshirts that they be using to try to hide their big ass titties. You know what I'm talking about, them big ass stud titties. You know them big stud titties. Titties so big they can't even try to strap them joints down. Like, yo, you got the big grandma. You got the big potential grandma, you know what I mean? The church bazooka titties. You hide them in the big ass sweatshirt. Sweatshirt bigger than this. Maybe if you got you a nice button-down shirt, some pleated slacks, and get some nice dress socks and some hard bottom shoes, then maybe you would stop being so hard on your woman, stop calling her a bitch and a hoe all the time. You know what I mean? Just saying. No, it says, hey, have you tried performing with a chick you didn't trust on the mental side and it didn't go well? I'm just gonna say this, Norris. Jordan didn't score 40 points every game. So yeah, there have been times when things didn't go as well as I planned. There were many times I came back to the party on another day, you know, or whatever, or went in the party that day and just waited until they played a song that I wanted to dance to. Wink, 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 wink. But yeah, every man has gone through that shit. And any man who tries to tell you, nah, man, you know, I ain't never had them kind of problems. You had the problem at least once in your life. You could have been drunk, under the influence of whatever. You could have been scared. You know how hard it is for a man dick to get hard when he's scared? It's almost impossible. That ain't where the blood is going. So if somebody put a gun in your head talking about some get it up, you about to have your head blown off. I know I am. All right. K-Red says, haha, at heat of the meat. Carol Chamberlain says, not if you know how to cook them. Low and slow, they get tender. That's what I'm saying. It's like liver. People who love liver always talking about you got to know how to cook it. You got to know how to cook it. How about I should only have to know how to eat it. I shouldn't have to know how to cook it. If it is what you say it is, then I should just know how to. All I should have to do is eat. I ain't got to be the chef. I don't go to a restaurant to cook. But there's a reason why most restaurants that you go to don't offer beef ribs. They offer the short ribs because they're easier to deal with. But straight up beef ribs, like, we ain't doing that, son. We don't sell out on these shits. So, it is. All right. K-Red says, I'm going to make y'all some beef ribs. Mine fall off the bone. Yep. You had to cook them long enough for them to do that, too. All right. Carol says, who boils ribs before grilling? I know people. Yeah. I know some people. I see y'all really going in on this rib talk. I don't care what y'all say. Okay. All right. No, it's so yeah. I hope Care Bear don't think that you live in Philly. Like, no. You know how long it takes to drive from Philly to Ohio on 76? That 2-lane highway, the whole damn 400 miles. It's not even 400 miles. It's only like 300, maybe 325. Anyway, Cal says women in Brewster Place, they were not masculine. Yeah, well, in the media, they love to portray lesbians as, you know, these really beautiful women. And look, I go by what I see on the streets. What I see on the streets ain't nothing like what I be seeing on TV in the movies. In the movies, they make that shit look all. Look how they look. Look how they make homosexuals look. You know, gay men look on these TV shows, these series. All the gay scenes be the most romantic. I mean, tell me I'm lying. They be the most gentle, most romantic scenes. I be like, I always click the shit off anyway because I'm tired of having this agenda literally rammed down my throat. But I'm like, they make sure that they make you think that this whole gay men shit is just the most beautiful, gentle, romantic thing that you have ever seen. I've seen a lot of heterosexual love scenes, and they don't be nowhere near as gentle and romantic as the portrayal that they be having with these gay men. Meanwhile, in your real mind, what you seen in the streets is nothing like what they trying to make you think. So, I get it. Carol says starch khakis. No. A lot of times khakis don't be having no pleats. Mine do though. I got pleated khakis. These pleats. Little pleats. I'll hold on to them pleats. Okay. Okay. Oh, you said you know where he lives? Gabriel says, you know, I got the Pittsburgh. I got to work in Pittsburgh for work sometimes, Nars. More than 20 minutes, but still. It's a lot more than 20. Pittsburgh ain't even all the way at the end. You still got to get to Beaver Falls, baby. You got to get to the Beaver. Anyway, what does it mean when a woman leaves a man for another woman? Is that man worthless? Does he need to reevaluate the way that he deals with a woman? He might have to do that even if a woman leaves him for another man. But when a woman leaves a man for another woman, a man might go through a whole lot of psychological drama in his mind that he might require a little bit of therapy. But brother, it doesn't mean that you was worthless. It doesn't mean that you weren't potent. It doesn't mean a whole lot of things. What it means is that your woman was attracted to another woman. And just like if your woman was attracted to another man, that attraction can sometimes result in infidelity. And that infidelity can result in two people feeling like they are right for each other and they may get together. You can't harbor the responsibility for somebody else making a decision for who they want to be with besides yourself. You can't be responsible for that because more than likely your woman didn't come to you and ask you to be more like the woman that she was about to choose. Just like she is not going to ask for you to change and be the kind of man that she's about to cheat on you with. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, when a woman leaves another man for another woman, it's probably because she has been attracted to women or that woman for a long time. So hold your head, cuz. But hey, I would still encourage you to be the best man that you could be for the next woman. Because if you send another woman to another woman, now we got to start looking at you, son. We got to start looking at you. No. We not doing that. We going to have to start looking at you after that because you doing something. Hey, yo, son. Hey, Hey, yo. Hey, yo. We about to do these birthday shout outs. I'm about to get on about here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you ever subscribe to the channel. No, it says, what the fuck with that agenda in the media? I've seen some stank ass drag queens, depending on depending on a pride function happening. I watch Power. I used to watch The Wire when it was out. The Chi, BMF. Insert any of these cable miniseries, TV shows, whatever you want to call them. Oh, P-Valley. And all of them have that thing in common. No, they have, first of all, the gay men, whether they are on the low or outright gay, they have them being the toughest ones on the show. They always be the toughest ones on the show. But when they are getting it on with they men, it's the most gentle, most romantic thing you've ever seen. That shit is like Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. And I'm not even sure if Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire did anything else in the movies besides dance. But it was certainly a romantic dance that they were doing, and they were certainly in sync. Maybe they were more like Bogey and Bacall. Maybe they were more like Ozzy and... Damn, I can't remember her name. But she's a beautiful black actress. All right. Doris says, can't be. That's still another 4 hours. You're making me have phony hunger pains. Oh man, Cameron says these days she may have hidden her true attraction for years, or she selfishly wants someone to perform solely on her. One thing that we can conclude, I think, safely is that she went for what she wanted. We can theorize anything we want, but that result happened the way it happened. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious September 28th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. My brother Malcolm Hill. Lying, talk about he's 52 years old. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, he's 54 because he was born in 68. He's 54. Now he's 55. You know, over here lying about it. He's lying. Comedian Malcolm Hill, happy birthday to you. He's 55. Because I'm 53 and I was born in 70 and he was born in 68. And Dwayne Perry turning 35 years old today. And Shady Shannon Smith, happy birthday to you. And Tammy Thomas turning 49 years old today. And Nina Brown, Brown, happy birthday to you, turning 39 years old today. And Veronica Lopez. Oh, I guess it could be Lopes, because she spelled her name L-O-P-E-S like Lisa Lopez did. I don't know if you can spell Lopez with an S in it, but okay. So She turning 52 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious, glorious, glorious September 28th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. Turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Lock out. Block on it, do the damn, the lock out. Block on it, do the damn, lock out. Block on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, your woman leaves you for another woman. She leaves you for another man. There's nothing you can do but take a stand, and it's not all your fault, but it might be some culpability, but you'll see. Maybe one day she'll come back around, but if you let her back in, niggas, you use a clown, but because you have to understand that she understands and wants something else, and it's not a man. But one day you might get together and you'll see maybe you down with that freak shit. Maybe she will, maybe she won't, maybe she wants penis, maybe she don't, maybe. One day she'll be calling you daddy, daddy. Every man has lost a woman at some point in time to another something. Try not to let it get all up in your head because you lost another woman to your bed. People make their choices in life, and those choices don't always surround you. And you can't control what anybody else does except for yourself. So in a situation like that, try to control yourself. You know. Closure, if that's what you need, seek that. Other than that, you gotta let a bird fly. The bird gotta, get big enough to get up out of the nest. The bird gonna fly, baby. Thanks for the Ruby D answer. I couldn't remember the Ruby D, the beautiful and wonderful and talented Ruby D. Rest in peace. All right, y'all. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go Getimism show. Y'all stay safe tonight. Please hit the like button, share the show, and subscribe to the channel. We haven't subscribed yet.